We continue our reading of Lest We Forget, a daily devotional by author George R. Knight. Today's reading, May 7. Meet John Nevins Andrews. Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a workman who has no need to be ashamed, rightly handling the word of truth. 2 Timothy 2:15. John Nevins Andrews was the foremost scholar of the young Seventh-day Adventist Church. More than any other person, he had a burden to study, to show himself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. 2 Timothy 2:15. Born in 1829 in Poland, Maine, as an adult, Andrews could read the Bible in 7 languages and claimed the ability to reproduce the New Testament from memory. His was a life of learning up to his untimely death in 1883. Appropriately, 15-year-old John Nevins Andrews read himself into the Sabbath message when a copy of T.M. Preble's 1845 tract on the seventh day fell into his hands soon after its publication. He, along with several other teenagers, covenanted to keep God's special day even before their parents knew about the Sabbath, splitting their wood and completing their baking chores on Friday so that they might not be Sabbath breakers any longer. Only later did their parents join them in their new faith. Andrews first met the Whites in September 1849, when the couple rescued some of the adults in his family and community from fanaticism. At that point, seeing the distracting impact of their teachings, he exclaimed, "I would exchange 1,000 errors for one truth." In 1850, John began traveling as a Sabbatarian minister in New England, but within 5 years he was utterly prostrated because of intense study and a heavy program of writing and public speaking. Having lost his voice and injured his eyesight, he went to Waukon, Iowa, to work on his parents' farm while he recovered his health. But even in that condition, he couldn't stay away from books. By 1861, he had published his monumental History of the Sabbath and First Day of the Week. He would, in 1867, become the third General Conference president, and in 1869 take a short term as editor of the Review and Herald. Then in 1874, Andrews went to Europe as the denomination's first official foreign missionary. At that time, Ellen White wrote that they had sent the ablest man in all our ranks, letter 2A, 1878. There is no limit to how God can use people who dedicate their lives to Him and the study of His Word. Help me, O Lord, to become a workman that needeth not to be ashamed when it comes to your sacred book, the Bible. This concludes our reading today of Lest We Forget.